What's going on, Javier Lobby? It's your boy Javier with the Javier Show. Make sure you say it twice. All right, as y'all all know, Tom Macdonald just released another video, and it's called America, America, America. I'm excited to get my reaction to it, and I did my best not to listen to it at all. So it's gonna be a first-time reaction, and I hope y'all enjoy it, and I hope I enjoy it as well. So let's see what it's all about.
1 in a million to one villain. Too hot to be in the kitchen, I'll end up melting the ceiling.
Now, before we jump into it, I just want to welcome everybody to the Javier Lobby. If this is your first time, I do reaction videos, politics, religion, and culture. So please, if you haven't joined the Javier Lobby today, all you got to do is hit that subscribe button, hit the bell. You get notified anytime I upload a video. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into the actual reason why we all came. America by Tom Macdonald. Let's see what it's all about.
Lately, USA is getting scarier. Half of the Americans I see all hate America.
Okay. All right. So we jumping straight into it. I like it. I really do enjoy it when a rapper gets straight to the point. And Tom Macdonald does that a lot in his videos, and I appreciate that. So these days, Americans are getting scarier. All right, let's rewind. Let's rewind a little.
Lately, USA is getting scarier. Half of the Americans I see all hate America.
Now, I can promise you one thing. Based on what Tom Macdonald was talking about, there is a lot of people who take an enormous amount of time to criticize America over and over and over. But if you notice one thing, a lot of the people who take the time to criticize America never actually take nowhere near that time to give credit where credit is due. Everything is just bad. Everything is worse. Everything is, look what America did. Look what America did. But nobody ever wants to point out what America did, good or great. And, it's just a common thing in America now where if you're on one side of the fence or you support certain issues, that actually giving praise and uplifting America is considered taboo within those certain circles. Just something to point out. Thank you, Tom Macdonald. Appreciate it.
USA is getting scarier. Half of the Americans I see all hate America. They hate the cops doing their best to take care of us and kneel for the flag and salt the soldiers that we're burying.
Shout out to Colin Kaepernick. I'm guessing and assuming that there are a lot of athletes who are doing this kneeling thing. And Colin Kaepernick, I'm guessing that was a shot fired at Colin Kaepernick. But whether you agree with the brother for kneeling or not kneeling, point is, there's actually a lot of animosity against the cops these days in America. And some people want to take it to the next level and say that the cops are actually out here hunting black people, which we know statistically, if black people were being hunted by police officers, the numbers would be much, much, much higher. But I see your boy Tom Macdonald touching on some very sensitive subjects, and I see how he does. And look, I agree with him for the most part.
Us and kneel for the flag and salt the soldiers that we're burying. I'm tired of the pissing and complaining. Why you living in America if all you do is hate it? You think it's brave?
All right, so I wasn't really expecting this. I'm gonna say so far, I'm paying attention to the visuals, I'm paying attention to the lyrics, and I'm paying attention to the music. The beat just dropped. Sounds pretty good. It's not my favorite beat at the moment, but with that being said, the visuals are great when it comes to him dressing up in the army fatigue with the American flag behind him and the things of that sort. I am really appreciating it. I am really enjoying it. I cannot complain. Now, with that being said, as far as lyricism goes so far, it's not the tightest work that I've seen Tom Macdonald do, but I understand. I'm with the lyrics. Let's rewind a little.
Complaining why you living in America if all you do is hate it. You think it's brave to take a stand against the nation? Real bravery is dying for the right so you can say it. Dear America, what happened?
All right, there's two things here. Tom Macdonald. The first thing is I 100% agree with you that bravery is being able to stand up and die for something you believe in, and that is the ideal of America. But I also can't really necessarily agree that it can be bravery to stand up against any country or against your own country if you feel like there's been injustice done or something of that sort. And we can argue and disagree whether or not we believe that the injustices are actually being done. But you can also be courageous, because in the civil rights movement, people were standing up against the government and certain things like that. And it was actually courageous at the time. But I will say this. If you're talking about the people now with all their freedoms and their rights and all their opportunities and privileges, using those same privileges to go out and criticize how horrible America is, that is not courageous. There's nothing to be courageous about. Now, let's get back to it.
You can say it, dear America, what happened to Americans? Apparently no one's aware or cares that it's embarrassing.
I am. He is. Man, this is great. This is great. I'm liking the song so far. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not my favorite Tom Macdonald song as far as the lyrics and the sound goes, but I mean, I'm digging the song.
No one's aware or cares that it's embarrassing. It's arrogance. Our greatest enemy was always slavery and terrorists, and now it's people in the country trying to burn the heritage. I can't help it.
Yes, they are. They're trying to rip down all the statues. There are people burning the American flag here in America, burning down cities and all of this stuff. And look, I'm going to be honest with you. There are people, mainly on the radical left side, who are using some of this rhetoric and this ideology. We already know this. But there are certain things that I notice on the right as well that are becoming very anti-American. And we're going to talk about that on one of my live streams when we get there. But with that being said, I 100% agree with Tom Macdonald on this one. Rewind. Let's get it.
In the country trying to burn the heritage. I can't help it. I just seem to see the world different. It ain't Republicans or liberals. It's mental illness.
All right. So as far as the visuals go, I understand the American flag and things of that sort. I see him wearing the mask, which I saw him wear. I've seen him wear it before in another video, which is pretty cool. It definitely is something that I like about his persona, and you know, it gives you that vibe of like militaristic or ready to go out and do something. You know, I appreciate that and I like that so much. But I'm just being honest. This is not my most favorite sounding of Tom Macdonald. It might just be the beat. It could be, but I don't disagree with the things he's saying for the most part.
It ain't Republicans or liberals, it's mental illness. The internet is only interested in left opinion. Cancel culture's got more power lately than the First Amendment.
Woo! There it is. There is the line right then and there. Yes, yes, yes. Cancel culture has more weight than the First Amendment in the United States of America. Yes, it does. Thank you, Tom. Now, I 100% endorse that. I am 100% behind what he just said, and anybody can take it out with me, but that is true. They want to silence you. They want to shut you down. They don't want you to have your own opinion. They don't want you to be able to disagree or even ask the questions on certain subjects, and that we cannot have. The First Amendment must stand. It must stand. That is fundamental to being American. Rewind. Let's get it.
Lately than the First Amendment. If you don't like it, leave. We will not defund police. We don't want no riots in our neighborhoods or in the streets.
You know what this is? This is straight at the leftists. Now, there's a difference between a liberal and a leftist. I have liberals on my show. Now, some of them tend to lean a little on the left sometimes, and we have to correct that. But for the most part, there's a difference. But this is aimed directly at the leftists. No, hell no. We do not want to defund the police. We need the police. If anything, the same people who call for defunding the police, especially in black communities, are the same people who don't realize that most black people actually want police in their neighborhoods. Now, there's a large misrepresentation of the actual situation that we find ourselves in. But thank you, Tom. Thank you. Kudos, like I said, kudos to that point right there. That is awesome.
We don't want no riots in our neighborhoods or in the streets. We respect freedom of speech. We protect what we believe. We don't want nobody dead, so please do not tread on me.
We don't want nobody dead, so please do not tread on me. I'm just going to imagine that the side that believes in the Second Amendment and actually being able to protect themselves and, you know, freely, you know, take it upon themselves to put their own life in their own hands is probably going to be the ones who survive if you try to tread on them. Now, with that being said, I am not endorsing violence at all, but I do endorse self-defense. Take that as you please. And with that being said, I 100% agree. Once again, I'm barely finding anything to disagree with Tom Macdonald on this so far. Like I said, the message is good. The message is good. Like I said, it's not my most favorite sounding song, but it can grow on me. It can grow on me.
Don't want nobody dead, so please do not tread on me. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe.
Okay. I'm gonna rewind that a little bit. I gotta soak in this hook real quick. Gotta soak it in.
So America, we say what we believe, my America. I won't ever take a knee.
Okay, so I agree with the words of the hook. Don't really like the hook that much. Sorry. It's just not that good sounding. I feel like Tom Macdonald had something he wanted to say in this song, and he found a beat that he could say it on, and he figured out a way to say all the stuff that he needed to say. But I'm not thinking that this is one of the songs that he really, really just felt when it came to the vibe of the music and the flow of it. Like, I'm hearing him say everything and I'm agreeing with what he's saying, but it's just, it's not hitting home for me as far as the sound of this song goes. Now, the visuals are awesome. It's amazing. It definitely complements the song. And I really, really enjoy the visuals of it. He did a great job on this, especially being by himself, being wrapped in the American flag, having the army fatigue. And look at him. He got the army truck behind him. Now, this is awesome and this is great. And it definitely works in favor of what the song is actually about. And man, I really like this.
Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you back your bag.
Okay. Rewind. I like that part. Like, after that hook first originally came in, and then it went to that part of the singing, like the second part of it, that is good. Not only is the message good, the singing is good. It's something I can find myself singing along with and singing later. Like this. Rewind that. We're going to play that again. I'm 100% with that one.
My stars and stripes offend you, then I'll
Help you pack your bags. Like it.
Does anybody know what the hell happened to the Patriots? Lately, this nation is so ashamed and hating itself.
Ooh. Well, I know what happened to the Patriots. They've been silenced or they just don't speak up. And more people need to speak up and say what's on their mind. It doesn't matter if you might be wrong on something. It doesn't matter if you have questions. You should be able to speak up, because the more people who don't speak up, the more let the minority with the loudest voices shut everybody down. And more people are standing up every single day. And, maybe Tom Macdonald is one of those voices that allow people to actually do that and feel confident in being that person to step up and take a stand. Now, honestly, before you step up and take a stand, just make sure you know exactly what you're talking about and what you're doing, because you could make things worse if you don't know what you're doing. Now, with that being said, rewind a little bit. Let's get back to it.
What the hell happened to the Patriots? Lately, this nation is so ashamed and hating itself. Did everyone forget that people died to pay for this ungratefulness? United States gave everything to you just to help. I just want to celebrate.
It comes a time and a place where you start to notice the difference between people. There are some people who have legitimate concerns, who are really trying to understand the issues and figure out what's going on. Then there are those people who just hate America. There are those people who just hate everything they can find wrong with America, because a few things that happen in America that they totally disagree with, it justifies them looking and seeking everything they can to tear down any American organization. It could be the structure, it could be something in the Constitution, it could be a whole variety of different things. But you notice, like I said before, notice this and quote me on this: the people who take the time to always constantly criticize America never take as much time, or if any time, to give credit where credit is due. Quote me on that one.
The hell, I just want to celebrate Thanksgiving with my family. I don't need your help to understand it was a tragedy.
I've heard him use that before. Yeah. That was good. That's a good callback. So the HOG out there, Hangover Gang, I'm pretty sure y'all understood that reference. He used that, and that's nice. It's good to pull back something that you used in the prior song because it applies to this song, and let the fans go crazy listening to it, because that's dope.
Family, I don't need your help to understand it was a tragedy. Can I just be thankful for my country eating happily without you trying to guilt me for the genocide and casualties?
Yeah, like, who's at fault here? Nobody chose their parents or their parents' parents or their grandparents. Nobody chose that. Nobody decided what family they was going to be born to and what came with that. In life, there's going to be things that are unfair, Everybody has certain advantages and disadvantages, and it is what it is. There are multi-millionaires who suffer from depression and suicide thoughts and stuff like that. They wouldn't choose that. There are poor people who are happy where they are in life, and you can't decide on which person you're going to be. We all are not responsible for things that are totally out of our control to happen before we even had a chance to weigh in on it. So you just need to stop this narrative that we want to blame people for something that didn't happen on their watch. And especially when it didn't happen to you directly. Nobody wants to visit the sins of the father down to the son. Can I get an amen? Let's go.
Genocide and casualties, I can't help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't black or white, it's conflict designed by the system. I don't need your pronouns, all I see is men and women. Kids are taking pills for fun while people can't afford prescriptions.
Ooh, we gotta rewind that. They got a Javier the Flat coming back out. Oh, he said, all I see is men and women. Ooh. Think about it, people. Think about it. Some things I ain't even gotta expand on. Some things are just straightforward. Sometimes Tom Macdonald just gives you straight up what he means, and you ain't really gotta dissect it because everybody knows what he's talking about, right? We know what he's talking about. But I could expand, Let's play it again.
All I see is men and women. Kids are taking pills for fun while people can't afford prescriptions.
Oh, boy, they will dose your kids up. Either it's a mental health problem or they want to send them through a transition, even though we know that most young people are confused and it's so much that they don't understand and they might learn differently, but they are feeding your kid all these prescription drugs and all of this stuff. And it's constantly, like I told you before in another reaction video, they come for your kids. They already lost you. Remember this. They already lost you. Tom Macdonald, speak on it. Preach. Like I said, the message is great in here. The visuals are good. Not my best sounding song, but lyrically, it's all right. It's good. I give it a rating at the end.
Fun while people can't afford prescriptions. If you don't like it, go. Hate it, then don't call it home. We don't need no violence, got no time for all you radicals. Screw your status quo, we're not animals. I won't kneel for the anthem because the flag is what I'm standing for.
You gotta just love the patriotism, people. It's nothing wrong with loving your country. I tell people all the time, you can criticize your country and still love it. You can still stand for it and understand the values and want to live up to it. Where's that? Where is that? People think that if you're a conservative, if you're somebody on the right side of the fence, that you don't have criticisms of the system or that you don't have complaints, that you just line up and just, kiss the flag about every single issue in America. No, we have our problems as well, but we still love our country. And for those of you who don't love your country, ask yourself, where are your loved ones from? What are the people you love and care about? If something happens to your country, what do you think is going to happen to them? You got to think about that. That's the first and foremost reason why I'm a patriot, why I believe in protecting my country and loving my country, is because everybody I know and love is here. Tom Macdonald understands this, and I'm pretty sure HOG understand that. Holla at me.
I won't kneel for the anthem because the flag is what I'm standing for. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee.
I really agree with the words. I don't really like the singing, but I really agree with the words. In America, you're free to be free, and you're free to speak your mind, and you're free to pursue your own happiness, and soldiers have fought and died for those freedoms. What are the people who ever talk about that? Where are the people who ever love that? Where are the people who ever take the time to expound upon that and to really glorify it? And we're supposed to have holidays for this. And even those holidays are under attack, where people want to, every time you want to celebrate, just like Tom Macdonald said in this song, when you have Thanksgiving, people want to remind you of slaughter and all of this stuff. It's like, if we don't have anything to keep us together, anything to bind us together, then what the hell are we doing? Why are we doing this experiment if there's nothing to keep us together? I'm looking up because, sometimes I just really have to look out into the world and think for myself. It's like, where's this coming from? We got to have something that binds us together, and we're losing more and more of that every single day. Every single day. I'm telling you, this is the part right here. If I could take anything from this song, it's that part. I love that singing part. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I can help you pack your bags. Woo! They're not gonna pack their bags. You remember all the people that said they were gonna leave the country when Donald Trump got elected, but they didn't leave the country. They stayed right here in the good old USA. And people are fighting and dying every single day and risking their lives and their children's lives every day to get to America. Why is that? The land of freedom and opportunity. Come on, man. When you got immigrants who understand that better than the people who are born here, who benefit from those same things, we in trouble, people. We got to somehow find a way to keep these ideals alive. And music like this is a good thing. It's a good thing. But this is my part here. I got to rewind a little bit. Got to hear this part, y'all. Take it away.
America, you can hate the government and still love the country. The fundamental.
What did I just say? Did I not just say that? Did I not just say that? I said that, right? Look, sometimes me and Tom Macdonald be in tune. I told you, I did not listen to this song at all. Oh, man, we be in tune. I don't know. I got to meet this guy one day. Oh, man.
The fundamental values of America are country. Republicans and liberals are dumb, to put it bluntly. They're labels that they use to create chaos and corruption.
That's it. As long as they can keep y'all fighting and divided and attacking each other and picking each issue to turn you against each other, you realize that most of us have so much in common. So much of us share common belief systems and common, values. Like, it's crazy that we started tearing each other apart. You got to realize something else is social media is amplifying most of that. Most of us don't really meet real people. There are people who behave weirdly and strangely online that you saw them in a real person. They're nothing like that. So you also got to keep in mind that this whole hyper social media space that we now live in is doing something to us that we don't fully understand, which is why I cut back my attention on social media as much as it used to be. And I probably end up making it obsolete over time. Who knows? But it's the same way. These people are dividing us, y'all. And at some point, somebody got to take a stand and say, no more. No more.
Dumb, to put it bluntly, they're labels that they use to create chaos and corruption. You can know the history and still be proud of where you're from. Every flag around the world is covered in a little blood. We started out United States.
Exactly. Show me one country who didn't shed blood, who didn't make mistakes, who wasn't a part of something horrific. Man, humans are messy and sloppy. We had to learn and progress, and we had to learn and evolve and adapt over time and become better. But judging a whole system of people in the current day over something that happened years and years and decades ago, it makes no sense. It's not really a way to move forward. Now, if there are people today in society who are keeping those same behaviors or those mindsets and that are dividing us or attacking certain people and individuals based on certain things, then we go after them. You call them out by name and we get rid of those people. But the fact that we're going to group everybody into this collective mindset and treat everybody based on their characteristic, it makes no sense. And it's tearing America apart. Get it, Tom Macdonald.
United States divided is what we've become. If home is where the heart is, you should show America some love.
You should, man. If home is where the heart is, then you should show America some love. I think that's all, folks. Is it not? If home is where the heart is, then you should show America some love. Just a little love. We're not asking for a mountain. We're not asking for a hill. Just the size of a mustard seed of love. That's all we asking. That's it. Just take the time to be thankful for something when it comes to your country. That's it.
Home is where the heart is. You should show America some love.
I like the little pause before. He did it twice already, and this is the third time. He did a little pause right before the hook. I like it. It makes me, every time it happens, it makes me feel like, okay, is this the end of the song? No. We got to go back to the hook. And I like that. I appreciate that, Tom Macdonald. That's very creative.
In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe.
Say what you believe. Look, there are people I disagree with. There are people we don't see eye to eye on a lot of issues. But freedom of speech. Speak your mind. Let's have a dialogue. Let me understand you and let me reach out and try to see if we can have this experiment work for us. That's what freedom of speech is all about. Because if you allow people to speak freely, they'll never know if they're able to correct you on something that you might be wrong about. And they have to be able to say it. America. It's a simple concept. It's a very simple concept. If you don't love America just for the right of freedom of speech, I don't know what else to tell you.
You say what we believe, my America. I won't ever take a knee.
Pick up my part.
You can disrespect
My flag. If
my
you
stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help.
I'm telling you, that part right there is amazing. That part right there is amazing. I love that part, yo. I freaking love it, man. And it's so true what he's saying. Like, yo, I will help you pack your bag. We can start a service, man. We just go around and start helping people pack their bag. Where you want to go? We giving plane tickets. Like, whatever country have you can go there. You can stay there. You can leave on your own, really, honestly. There's nobody stopping you. You can come and go. You can revoke your citizenship. There are so many ways you can leave the country. So, I mean, if it really bothers you that much, why wouldn't you go to a better place where you feel has the values and ideas that you have? That's all I'm saying. Now, I do believe in fighting for better where you are. I'm not saying that just because you're dissatisfied with certain aspects that you shouldn't fight for it. But if you have a disdain for the country that you live in as an entirety, as a whole, what the hell are you still doing here? Preach, Tom. Preach.
Our stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags. America.
Video by Nova Rockefeller. Still at it. Man, that's tight. The visuals right there is so tight. Look at that. I mean, that's a real bulletproof vest and everything. Man, look, you did your thing, Tom Macdonald, on that. Nova, man, you did your thing as well, girl. Man, y'all are amazing. This is awesome. This is awesome. I like the visuals. Yep. Well, that's the end, people. That's it. Look, I think that might be the longest time I saw him stand there and do that, at least from the videos that I reacted to. All right, so if I have to rate this song, I'll give my rating on this song. It will have to be, I give it maybe an 8 out of 10. When it comes to the visuals is, I'm going to get out of 10 out of 10. I think it was appropriate towards the song and the actual substance of what we actually was discussing in this song. And it hit home. The visuals are amazing. Everything is related to what's going on. When it comes to the music, I give the music, I'm going to get out of 8 as well, 8 out of 10. The beat was nice. It wasn't the best beat, but it was great. It was good. I could listen to it. It didn't sound bad at all. And when it comes to the lyricism, I think that it was another 8 as well because, like I said, I agree with everything Tom Macdonald said, but it wasn't the top tier of his flow, which is fine. You know, it's great, but overall, it's an 8 out of 10 on the video as a whole. I thank y'all so much for listening. I really enjoyed that. I hope y'all enjoyed the reaction as well. Write in the comments below and let me know what y'all think. Did I judge this song incorrectly? Did I judge it fairly? And tell me more recommendations in the comments below because I do listen to y'all and I do take all of y'all recommendations and put it on the list. Thank y'all so much for watching. And if you're new to the Javier Lobby and you value the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and just hit the like button as well. It doesn't take nothing but a few seconds. Now, with that being said, like I always say, peace and glory, be peaceful and be great, everybody. Till next time, I'm out.
1 in a million to one villain. Too hot to be in the kitchen. I'll end up melting the ceiling.